Hi Reddit. This is my very first post here and I'm honestly shaking while typing it out because I don't even know if my brain has fully processed what happened. I know this sub can be ruthless, but I also know it can be the most supportive corner of the internet. And right now I need strangers' perspectives because the people in my real life are too close to the situation to be objective. So here goes. My husband, let's call him Mark, fake name obviously, and I have been married for 7 years. We met in college, did the whole broke students eating ramen thing together, graduated and slowly built a pretty good life. We're not rich but we're comfortable. We have a little townhouse in a not terrible neighborhood, a dog that's basically our child and a routine that is maybe a little boring but stable. I thought we were solid. That's the word I keep coming back to, solid. Like we didn't have a fairy tale marriage but I trusted it. I trusted him. Anyway, the weirdness started last week when my friend dragged me to a bridal shower for a coworker of hers. I didn't even want to go because I knew literally no one there, but she begged me and I thought sure, free mimosas and cupcakes, why not? So we're at this slightly too pink balloon arch and photo booth type of thing. Everyone is doing the usual, how did he propose? Stories blah blah. I'm zoning out, scrolling on my phone when someone new comes in late. I look up and at first I don't even notice her face. I notice her hand. Specifically her left hand. Because on her finger is a ring that looks exactly like my husband's wedding band. Not similar. Not, oh, that's a common design. But I mean down to the tiniest detail. The brushed titanium, the slight nick on one edge from when Mark dropped it on the concrete patio 3 summers ago, the exact way it caught the light. It wasn't just similar. It was his ring. I swear my stomach dropped to my feet. My heart was pounding so hard I felt dizzy. I blinked, convinced I was seeing things, but every time I looked back, there it was. My husband's ring. On some stranger's finger. Now, a normal person might have gone, hey, weird coincidence, let me text my husband right now and confirm he still has his ring. But my brain didn't go logical. My brain went into full detective mode. I was suddenly listening to every word this girl, let's call her Samantha, said, watching how she laughed, looking for clues. And the more I watched her, the more I hated her, which sounds insane because I had no idea who she even was. But I couldn't shake it. I excused myself to the bathroom and texted Mark. Hey, send me a pic of you right now. He texted back like 10 minutes later with a photo of him at his desk at work, smiling, holding up his coffee mug. And yes, his left hand was visible. But here's the kicker. His ring wasn't on it. I legit thought I was going to throw up. I asked him, where's your ring? He replied, oh, I took it off because my finger was itchy. Relax. Totally casual. But here's the thing. Mark never takes his ring off. Like the man showers with it, works out with it, everything. I've teased him about it before. So why was it off today, the one day I see someone else wearing what looks like his exact ring? I didn't confront him right then. Instead, I went back out to the party and watched Samantha like a hawk. She was friendly, kind of bubbly, telling some story about her new job, sipping champagne. I kept waiting for her to mention a boyfriend or fiancé, but she never did. Finally, my friend nudged me like, why do you look like you're plotting someone's murder? So I whispered, that girl is wearing my husband's wedding ring. She laughed, thought I was joking until I explained. Then she got this weird look and said, wait, you know she's new at my office, right? She started like 2 months ago. She mentioned she has a boyfriend but I didn't catch his name. And that's when I felt like the floor fell out from under me. Because 2 months ago Mark started working late more often. 2 months ago he suddenly got super protective of his phone. 2 months ago he randomly started jogging in the mornings even though he's always hated running. It all started clicking together in my head like some terrible movie montage. I left the party early, claiming I wasn't feeling well. Drove home in a daze. When Mark came home later that evening, I pretended nothing was wrong. I checked his ring, sure enough it was back on his finger. But here's the thing. Now I can't unsee it. I know what I saw. I know that girl was wearing his ring. And I don't know what the hell it means. Did he give it to her? Did she somehow steal it? Is there some completely innocent explanation I'm too paranoid to see? Since then I've been going back and forth between spiraling into full-blown conspiracy mode and gaslighting myself into thinking I'm crazy. I've been snooping, yes I'll admit it. I've checked his laundry. No weird receipts or lipstick stains, cliché as that sounds. I've scrolled through his phone when he was in the shower. Nothing obvious, but he could be deleting stuff. I even checked his car for stray hair ties or perfume smells like I'm some low-budget detective. Nada. And yet I can't shake the image of her hand, that ring, the way it gleamed under the stupid bridal shower lights. The logical part of me is saying, ask him directly. Tell him what you saw. Communicate like an adult. But the terrified part of me is saying, what if asking him confirms the worst? What if he's really cheating and saying it out loud makes it real? So I haven't asked. Not yet. Instead, I'm writing here hoping someone will tell me I'm not insane. Hoping someone has a story about how their husband's identical ring turned up on a stranger's finger for some totally innocent reason, like a freak mix-up at the jeweler or whatever. Because right now, my entire reality feels like it's cracking. I don't even know what I'm asking, honestly. Advice? Validation? Just a place to vent? I just know that if I keep this all bottled up, I'm going to explode. And the worst part? I can't stop replaying every moment of our marriage in my head, looking for cracks I ignored. Little things that didn't make sense at the time but now feel suspicious. Like last month when he suddenly cared about his haircut more than usual. Or when he forgot his phone at home and practically sprinted back for it. Or the random Venmo charges to people I don't know because he said he was splitting lunch with coworkers. It's like the more I think, the less I trust my own memory. Like I'm rewriting our entire history in my head. I haven't told anyone else yet. Not my mom, not my best friend, no one. Because once I say it out loud, I can't take it back. Once I say, I think my husband might be cheating, it's real. And I'm not ready for real. Tilder * saw a woman at a party wearing what looked exactly like my husband's unique wedding band, down to specific scratches. Texted my husband, and at that exact moment he wasn't wearing his. Now I'm spiraling and don't know if I'm crazy, if there's an innocent explanation, or if my marriage is about to implode. I'll update if anything happens, but right now I'm just stuck. And terrified. And pretending to be normal around him when inside I'm screaming. And yes, before anyone says it, I know I should probably just talk to him. I just don't know if I'm ready for the answer. Hi again, Reddit. It's me, the one who saw another woman wearing my husband's wedding band. I didn't expect my first post to blow up the way it did, but the support, advice, and even the tough love really meant more than I can explain. I read through every comment, and while some of them made me cry in both good and bad ways, they also gave me a push I think I desperately needed. So here's the update. Buckle up because a lot has happened since part 1. The night I posted, I lay in bed next to Mark pretending to be asleep. Meanwhile, my heart was hammering like I'd just run a marathon. His breathing was slow, steady, peaceful, like he had zero worries in the world. And there I was staring at the ceiling, obsessing over that damn ring. I kept hearing some of your voices in my head. *, talk to him directly. You need evidence before you nuke your marriage. Trust your gut but verify. *, all of it was swirling around. By 3 a.m. I still hadn't closed my eyes. So I made a decision. If I couldn't sleep, I could snoop. I know. Not my proudest moment. But desperate times. I slipped out of bed, careful not to wake him, and padded downstairs with his laptop. He never locks it. He's always said he doesn't see the point because we trust each other. Ironic, right? Anyway, I opened his email. I wasn't even sure what I was looking for, but it didn't take long. Buried among the boring bills and work stuff was a receipt from a jewelry store. Date: 6 weeks ago. Item: titanium men's band. My stomach did a full Olympic gymnastics routine. Why the hell would he need another ring? I scrolled further. There were also 2 Venmo payments to someone named Sam K. with nothing but a heart emoji in the notes. My chest went cold. Sam as in Samantha? The bubbly girl from the shower? I wanted to throw up again, but I kept digging. That's when I noticed he had an Uber account linked. So I pulled up his ride history. And there it was. Multiple late-night trips dropping him off near an apartment complex across town. Guess what else? That's the same neighborhood where my friend said Samantha lives. At this point I was shaking so badly I could barely scroll. My worst fears were staring me in the face in black and white. But still, no smoking gun. No I love you texts, no explicit admissions. Just enough circumstantial evidence to make me feel like I was losing my mind. I closed everything, put the laptop back, and crawled into bed. Mark shifted in his sleep and wrapped an arm around me like nothing was wrong. I just lay there stiff, wondering how many times he'd held her the same way. The next morning I almost confronted him right there. But I chickened out. Instead I played along, kissed him goodbye, and went to work like everything was normal. But inside I was buzzing with adrenaline. I needed more information before I blew this up. So I did something a little reckless. I drove to the address from his Uber history. I parked across the street feeling like some sketchy private investigator. I sat there for over an hour just staring at the building until I felt ridiculous and drove off. But the seed was planted. I needed to see more. The following day I told Mark I had a late meeting. Instead I went back to the building. This time I saw her. Samantha. He came out with a bag of groceries. And yes, on her finger still was my husband's ring. I swear my whole body went numb. Watching her walk back inside, humming to herself like she hadn't just detonated my entire reality, was surreal. I don't remember driving home. I just know I ended up sitting in my car in the driveway, gripping the steering wheel thinking, do I tell him I know? Do I confront her instead? Do I pack a bag and leave? That night I finally cracked. I asked him straight out, why did you buy a second wedding band? He froze. I'll never forget the look on his face. It was like someone had just pulled the rug out from under him. Then he laughed. Actually laughed. What are you talking about? He said. I told him I saw the receipt. He shrugged, said it was a replacement in case he ever lost his. Which, okay, may be plausible. But then why was Samantha wearing it? I asked him that too. He played dumb, swore he had no idea what I meant. Are you seriously accusing me of giving my ring to another woman? He said, all offended. He even threw in the classic, wow, I didn't think you were the jealous type. Gaslighting, right? Because I know what I saw. I pressed harder, asked about the Venmo payments. He said Sam was a guy from work. Short for Samuel. He rolled his eyes at me like I was insane. And for a split second I almost doubted myself. Almost. But then I remembered the Uber rides, the apartment, the ring on Samantha's finger. I told him I wasn't buying it. He got defensive, raised his voice. If you don't trust me, what are we even doing here? He shouted. Then he stormed out of the room, slammed the door and slept on the couch. I lay awake all night again, feeling like the walls were closing in. My husband, the man I thought I knew better than anyone, was either a world-class liar or I was losing my grip on reality. Neither option felt survivable. The next day he acted like nothing happened. Made coffee, kissed my cheek, asked about my day. The whiplash was insane. I wanted to scream, don't pretend everything is fine when I know you're lying to me. But instead I smiled weakly and pretended to. Because I need a plan. I don't want to blow up my marriage on a hunch, but I also can't keep living like this. So I've started documenting everything. Screenshots of the Venmo payments, copies of the Uber receipts, even notes on the days he comes home late. If this turns into a divorce, I want a paper trail. But in the meantime I feel like I'm going crazy. Every time he looks at me I wonder if he sees me or if he's picturing her. Every time he touches me I wonder if he touched her the same way last night. It's eating me alive. And here's the kicker. Part of me still wants to believe him. Part of me wants him to have some magical explanation that makes all of this go away. Because I still love him. Or maybe I love the version of him I thought was real. I don't even know anymore. The last straw though came 2 nights ago. Mark said he was working late. I pretended to be cool with it, but after he left I couldn't sit still. I grabbed my keys and drove to Samantha's building. Parked down the street again. And guess who I saw an hour later? Mark. Walking out of her building. Laughing at something she said. Her hand brushed his arm. And for a split second the porch light caught it, the gleam of his ring on her finger. That was it. The proof I needed. My stomach twisted, my throat closed up, but there was no denying it anymore. I didn't confront them. I ducked down in my car until they left, then drove home shaking so hard I almost couldn't keep the wheel straight. When he came home later, smelling faintly of her fruity shampoo, I was already in bed pretending to be asleep. He kissed my forehead like the loving husband he pretends to be, and my heart shattered all over again. So now I'm sitting here typing this knowing my marriage is a lie. I haven't told him what I saw. Not yet. Because once I do there's no going back. But I can't unsee it. I can't unknow it. I feel like I'm living with a stranger wearing my husband's face. I snooped. Found receipts for a second ring, suspicious Venmo payments, and Uber rides to Samantha's neighborhood. Finally saw him leaving her apartment while she wore his ring. Haven't confronted him yet, but the denial phase is officially over. I don't know what my next step is. Lawyer? Therapist? Screaming match? All of the above. I just know I can't keep pretending everything's fine. I'll update again when I decide what to do. For now I'm just breathing. One shaky breath at a time. Hi Reddit, me again. I can't believe I'm writing part 3 of this saga, but here we are. The first 2 posts got way more attention than I ever expected, and I read every single comment. Some made me cry, some made me laugh, some made me furious. But all of them made me feel less alone. So thank you. This is the part where things finally exploded. After seeing Mark walk out of Samantha's apartment, I spent 2 full days in a fog. Like I went to work, nodded through meetings, made dinner, fed the dog, all on autopilot. But inside I was screaming. Every time I looked at him I saw her. Every time he touched me I felt contaminated. And yet I said nothing because I didn't know how to start. Finally, on the third night, I broke. We were sitting on the couch watching Netflix and he reached over to hold my hand. That's when I just blurted, "How long have you been sleeping with her?" He froze. Slowly pulled his hand back. His eyes darted to the TV then back to me. "What are you talking about?" I didn't play coy. I said her name. I told him I'd seen him at her apartment. I told him I'd seen the ring on her finger. My voice was shaking but the words came out sharp like glass. His face went pale. For a second I thought he might actually confess. But then the performance started. He tried denial first. "You must have seen someone else." When that didn't land he tried anger. "Were you following me? That's insane." When I didn't back down he tried pity. "I've been under so much stress you don't understand." Then finally silence. I said, "If you lie to me again we're done. Right now. So tell me the truth." That's when he crumbled. He admitted it. Not everything, he tried to make it sound smaller than it was. "It's not what you think. It was just emotional at first. I didn't mean for it to go anywhere." Classic script. But eventually he said the words, "Yes, I've been seeing her." I felt like my entire body turned to stone. He kept talking, trying to explain, but I could barely hear him over the sound of my own heartbeat. Apparently he met her through a mutual friend at some work event. They clicked. He swore it wasn't about me, swore he still loved me, swore it wasn't serious. And then, this is the part that made me laugh like a lunatic, he said he only gave her the ring because she thought it was cute, and he wanted her to feel special. Like it was some kind of friendship bracelet, not a symbol of our marriage. I asked, "Do you hear yourself? You gave another woman your wedding band." He winced, looked away. "It didn't mean anything," he mumbled. "It didn't mean anything. 7 years together, and he gave away the ring I slid onto his finger on our wedding day because it didn't mean anything." I didn't scream. I didn't throw anything. I just stood up, went upstairs and started packing a bag. He followed me, panicking. Wait, please don't do this. We can fix it. I'll cut her off. I'll block her number right now." He pulled out his phone, showed me as if that would erase the betrayal. I told him I was going to my sister's. He begged. He cried. He even got on his knees at one point, clutching my hands, saying he couldn't lose me. It might have been pathetic if it hadn't been so heartbreaking. Because I realized in that moment that I wasn't crying. My tears had dried up days ago. I just felt done. I walked out. Living at my sister's spare room these past few days has been surreal. I keep expecting to wake up and find out this was all a nightmare. But then I see my half-packed suitcase, my dog curled up by the bed, and the emptiness in my chest, and I know it's real. Mark has been texting nonstop. Long apologies, promises of therapy, declarations of love. He even sent flowers to my sister's house, which she promptly stuck in the trash. He keeps saying, it was a mistake, not a choice. But here's the thing. It was 1,000 little choices. Every text, every visit, every kiss. And the ring, God, the ring, was the biggest choice of all. He hasn't admitted the full scope yet, but honestly, I don't even care. I have enough truth to know I can't go back. The weird part is, Samantha actually reached out to me. She DM'd me on Instagram of all places. Her message was basically, I didn't know he was married. I'm so sorry. At first I wanted to tell her to go to hell. But then I thought about it. If she really didn't know, then Mark lied to both of us. We ended up talking. She seemed genuinely shocked when I told her how long we've been married. Apparently he told her we were separated but still living together for convenience. She believed him. And yes, she admitted they were sleeping together. She even sent me screenshots of their conversations. Messages where he trash-talked me, said I was cold, and didn't understand him. Reading those broke me in a whole new way. Because even if he was lying to her, he used my name like a weapon. Samantha said she cut him off completely after learning the truth. She blocked him, changed her locks in case he tried to show up, and wished me well. Weirdly enough, I don't hate her anymore. She was deceived too. The only person I hate is him. So where does that leave me? Divorce. It's not official yet, but I've already contacted a lawyer. My sister came with me for support, and the attorney basically said I've got plenty of grounds and that Mark's replacement ring purchase is going to look really bad for him in court. Honestly, hearing that was the first time I've smiled in weeks. I'm not naive. I know this is going to be messy and painful. But I also know I deserve better than being someone's option while they play house with someone else. I deserve to be somebody's first choice. Right now I'm focusing on the small things. Walking my dog, eating actual meals, crying when I need to, but also laughing with my sister when we binge terrible reality shows. Healing in micro moments. It doesn't erase the betrayal, but it makes it bearable. Mark is still trying. He sent a long email yesterday saying he's going to therapy to work on his issues. Maybe he really will change. But that change won't happen with me. I'm done being his safety net. The ring, the real one, the one I gave him, is sitting in my suitcase pocket right now. I don't even know what I'll do with it. Pawn it? Throw it in a river? Maybe I'll keep it not as a symbol of love but as a reminder. Never again. I confronted him. He admitted to the affair but tried to minimize it. I packed a bag and left. The other woman reached out. She didn't know he was married and showed me proof. I'm staying with my sister, moving forward with divorce and slowly starting to breathe again. This is the end of the saga, I think. Not the end of my story, but the end of this chapter. To everyone who read, commented, and supported me, you have no idea how much your words meant. I felt like I was drowning and strangers on the internet threw me a lifeline. Thank you. Truly.